Hi, how are ya? I hope you're having a great day. A subscriber, Dawn Grant, asked about desensitization. Desensitization is a method a person will use over short periods of time, frequently throughout the day, on a painful area to gradually get the brain to become used to the sensation and decrease pain. The result is a desensitizing effect. I used to do this on my hips, and it worked. Nobody likes pain. Doesn't matter who you are, nobody likes it. Normally, though, sudden pain is a warning signal that something's wrong. So what do? We stop what we're doing. We stop in our tracks. Not a bad idea, because if there's an injury, damaged tissues can't heal. But what should we do about chronic neuromuscular pain? We can use desensitization. So that's what I'd like to talk about today. Here we go. While allowing an injured part of the body to heal is effective, it's not as effective for chronic pain. Pain that is caused by a rapid firing of the central nervous system is a different set of circumstances altogether. Many people can become so afraid of causing a flare that they stop doing even the usual daily tasks like shopping or housework, and may give up doing the things they love, like cooking, if you love to cook, or things they need to do, like decluttering. Avoidance behaviors are common in people who suffer with chronic neuromuscular pain, like fibromyalgia. They may stay in bed all day or watch TV all day just to avoid the pain they want to escape from. The problem is that not moving is going to continue to escalate the pain. You never become accustomed to living with pain and even acknowledge it's there. Avoidance behaviors are behaviors that ensure that you're not in a specific situation that might cause a flare. I've talked about the shenanigans that I get into and the resulting flare that might occur. But over time, they aren't as magnified. They last for shorter periods of time. And I'd rather be moving and getting things done, what I can do, than watching TV all day or laying in bed. If you are avoiding movement to the place that you aren't getting anything done, a therapist might help you. They might help you work through that fear of pain. Avoidance is a way to escape or distract yourself from pain. People also use it to escape difficult thoughts or feelings. When I was in my early 30s, I had an opportunity to walk through my childhood home before it was demolished. An old friend contacted me. They bought that old house to tear it down and build a new one. And they invited me and my first husband at the time to come over. I made it inside the front door, and I stood in that front room area, frozen. I couldn't bring myself to walk through that house. Now, there was a time I regretted not walking through that house. Regret. That's a very real reaction to a disappointing moment in our life. In the long run, though, I did face my fears, but it took years of therapy, not minutes. And I'll never have the opportunity again to walk through that house, but that's okay. I've worked through that. I have pictures. I allowed myself to learn from it, and I released those feelings. What was done was done. You see, avoidance stops us from facing our fears. It freezes us in place and takes control of us. If I had just walked through that house, I could have faced my trauma. But my friends had no idea and probably thought it was weird that I didn't want to walk through the house. That's the reason I went over there. So instead of joy, I was afraid. Avoiding might make you feel like you're in control, but in chronic pain, it's not true control. Long term, we exacerbate our pain and keep us from enjoying life. On top of that, some people escape through drugs and alcohol. They bury their emotions and get a false sense of control. But all they're doing is simply handing that control over to the pain. It's a cycle, but you can break it. Instead of experiencing anxiety or depression over the pain or life experiences or those triggers that induce a negative feeling, you can experience it. You can work through it and learn to live. But you have to be willing to start the healing process. So if you're in that place, the best thing you can do is to sit quietly for about 15 minutes. Think about where that pain is. Maybe begin at your toes and work up your body. Acknowledge the pain. Feel it, but don't react to it. That's the key. You acknowledge it, it's there, and you move on. If you suddenly realize that your pain is bothering you in another area as you're moving up your body, then go to that area. We have thoughts for a reason. You can't stop those thoughts in that way, but you can experience those thoughts in a different way. So acknowledge, okay, there's pain there. My hip's bothering me. I acknowledge that pain, but I don't react to it. You're gentle with yourself. It's a kind of acceptance. So even though you don't stop the thought, because you can't stop the thought, you can acknowledge it, accept it, and not react to it. I mean, you're not doing anything that can harm you, right? You're relaxing, you're breathing normally, and if it helps, you can take deep breaths through your nose and breathe out your mouth. You'll want to do this for several weeks. You'll notice that you're no longer trying to escape the pain, and it'll become a habit over time. The goal is to reduce the impact of pain on your life. The pain's still there, possibly, but you're no longer bothered by it. Instead of saying, I can't do anything anymore. Now you're saying, today, I'm going to get the laundry done, or I'm going to at least get one load of laundry done, or I'm going to do the dishes, or I'm going to dust the coffee table. Whatever it is, acknowledge now that you're able to get some things done. Over time, it gets easier. But you have to be kind to yourself, gentle to yourself. Acceptance, acknowledgement is the best thing we can do for ourselves. It's those baby steps that matter. You start small, and you can do it. This is a form of desensitization, and it works. We've all heard of pain sensitization. That's what we all know about fibromyalgia. Now it's time to learn about desensitizing the pain. But this is going to take practice. Desensitization doesn't happen overnight. You won't go to the gym once and then suddenly you're a bodybuilder, do you? But in a matter of months, you'll notice a difference in your tolerance to pain and the distress you once felt. We can retrain our brain. I mean, that's amazing. Our brain is plastic, meaning it can change shape. The neural connections from the brain and spinal cord in response to stimuli is always reorganizing. We can do things that modify the strength and efficiency of those neural connections. It's how we learn. It's called neuroplasticity or brain plasticity. Neurons have the ability to be remolded and shaped by sensory training. When you learn to drive a car, you didn't get behind the wheel and suddenly you were able to do it. It took practice. You had to train your hands, your legs, your feet, your eyes, your senses to properly drive down the road and turn corners. After a while, you did those things in an automatic drive. That's what we need to do with our pain. Don't let the car drive itself and crash. Take control and guide it to its destination. You can start desensitizing an area of your body by allowing yourself to feel the softest of touch. You can use a cotton ball and lightly touch that area and do that for several minutes. Move the cotton ball back and forth. Feel it. There shouldn't be pain in the beginning. So if that is painful, try something else like a feather. On my hips, I can do just a soft, gentle touch moving back and forth. Kind of tickles. That's the feeling you want to start with. Over time, you can use a warm or cool wet washcloth and start with a little deeper movement over that painful area. I do this on my feet when I'm in the bathtub. I use this technique over my heels and the bottoms of my feet. And I've moved gradually up the ladder to using a more painful kind of stimuli, but it doesn't hurt. I roll something like this on the bottom of my feet. And it actually feels good. I've become desensitized because my feet are probably the most painful area on my body. I mean, you can't start with a scrub brush. You have to start easy and gradually move to something with a little rougher texture. And if pain stops you from falling asleep, try desensitizing whatever that area that's bothering you at bedtime. And here's a few ideas for pain desensitizing depending on your tolerance. You should choose 5 different textures. Start with the one most tolerable. Move it over that area with a light movement, then a firmer movement over time, and do circular movements. Don't close your eyes. Keep them open. Look at what you're doing, where you are in that area of the body. Think about how it feels and say it out loud. If one hip is more painful than the other, start with the one that's less painful, then move to the one that is more painful. Think pleasant thoughts. The idea is not to cause you more pain, but to make you aware of the feeling you're experiencing. I've provided a link below in the description section to these steps. So as you can see, I survived my dental procedures. It's a little tender down here. And in my molars, he was able to save my molars. I didn't realize I had a lot of decay in this one over here, but he got it all taken care of. So these are my temporary crowns. I get my new permanent crowns in a couple of weeks. Just thought I'd update you on all that. I hope you learned something. I send you gentle hugs and support. Love you. Desensitization damage teeth. The most might help you work through to properly down the road. And then over time, you can move to a washcloth, like a warm, wet washcloth or a cold, wet washcloth, and use